Hey guys, what's up? So this is our first live, right? First time we've been live, and we just started this channel. And the purpose of my channel is, well, for starters, I am a mama, of course. I'm also a recovering addict and a wife. We have started TikTok, and it's something we do as a family, and it's something that we absolutely love to do. And I do upload my videos from there, but you can add us at Stevens Clan. You can also add us on Instagram. Yeah, it's also the Stevens Clan. We do also have a Facebook page, right? We have a Facebook page. Yeah, Mama D and Mama Danny and the Stevens Clan. So also don't forget to subscribe to our page and like this video, of course. So to start off, I want to give you guys a little background about me, my husband, our family. So my husband and I are both recovering addicts. March the 4th makes 4 years clean for me, and he has had 7. We were blessed with this little guy. We had been trying. We actually met in 2014. We got married in 2015, and we've been trying for this little guy ever since. And he was born on August 30th. So we were blessed with this little guy right here. That's my little bud. He sees himself in the phone, so he's like transfixed right now. But we actually met at an NA meeting called Celebrate Recovery. If you are a recovering addict, you are probably familiar with Celebrate Recovery. It's a great program that basically what you do is you go in, you'll go to church, you'll have your meeting, and then they feed everybody. So, if you are still an addict, a lot of people who are still deeply in their addiction are going to buy drugs over food. And I know it sounds crazy to people who aren't addicts, but that's what an addict does. When they're sick, the only thing that's going through their mind is not, I need food, I need gas, I need a house, I need electricity, all of this. The only thing that's going through their mind is, I need drugs, right? So it's good that these people feed people, because there may be people there who haven't eaten in weeks. So those chubby chicks are just, can't get enough of them. Anyway. My husband and I met in 2014. I had just come out of a very bad marriage. I was actually living in a battered women's shelter. I'm not going to go into any details, but I was in a very, very abusive, sexually, mentally, and physically relationship with my ex. So when I met my husband, every guy I had been with had abused me in one way or another. So to be with a man who doesn't do that, that was it was odd to me, I guess you would say. When you've been abused or molested or raped, I guess you get really down on yourself. And, you think that's all you deserve. You think any love's better than no love. So, you begin to think that's all you deserve. But when I met him, he was so attentive. And every day he would tell me how beautiful I was. And he was so gentle and patient. And, once things started getting more serious, we eventually moved in together, and there was nights I would wake up absolutely screaming from horrible nightmares. He could not even put his arm around my shoulder, because where I'd been choked, it was very traumatizing to me, and the feel of his arm around my shoulder brought back those memories, and it absolutely would make me start to smother, and I would have anxiety attacks. And slowly, we worked on things, and it took a long time. Even when we would argue, I was just waiting for him to hit me. But it never happened. And, that trust built slowly, and he was so patient. and waiting for me to build that trust for him. I mean, he didn't have to do that. He could have went to somebody else who trusted him from the get-go, but that was something I couldn't do because of my past. And, I think a reason that he was so patient was because he knew what it felt like to be done like that. He was very badly abused in a lot of ways growing up, and he was adopted when he was 10 years old by his uncle. Um, an amazing man, who loved him wholeheartedly like he was his own son and treated him as he was. So he couldn't have found a better father. Sadly, we lost him the day before I went into labor with this little guy. And so we named him after his puppy, Christopher Barney Casey. Yes. He was so excited too because it would have been his first grandson. Now he has a great grandson, but this would have been his first grandson. So me and my husband were married on November 1st, 2015. We then got saved, and we also got baptized together on November 22nd, 2015. Our faith is first and foremost the most important thing in the world to us. What? You gonna talk? We have an amazing church family at Liberation Church in McDaniels, Kentucky. When you're an addict and you go to these places, the first thing you walk in is you're judged. On your appearance, on who you are, on where you've been. But this church, we actually met our pastor at one of their fundraisers. They were having a yard sale, and we went there, and that's where we met our pastor. And we were looking for a church because we had just moved to Kentucky. So my husband and I decided, well, why not? Let's try it. What could it hurt? And we went that first Sunday, and we have been going ever since. Yeah, it's been about 7 months now. We officially became members last week, and we are so excited about that. One of our New Year's resolutions was to get more involved with our church and to work on ourselves as Christians, and also to read the Bible all the way through by Thanksgiving. And basically, someone had given me a tip. One of our church members had given me a tip that if you read the Bible, if you're a fast reader and you read the Bible for 15 minutes every day, you can get through the whole Bible by Thanksgiving. Now, if you're a slow reader, if you'll read the Bible for 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes in the night, or 30 minutes if you want, then what? Then you can get through by Thanksgiving. So if you'd like to try that, I'd like to hear, if it worked out for you guys, because, I'm a little worried. Because I'm not just reading the Bible, I'm trying to understand it as I read it, because I've read it before, and I basically, just went through it, read it, got it over with, but I didn't stop to think about what the meaning of the verses were. So, that's my big thing. It's really hard sometimes to understand the Bible, and I think different people get different meanings from the Bible, but, it all boils down to, God's Word and love for us. And, it's through His love that we have got to the place we are today. It amazes me so much, the miracles that our God can, our God, there's only one true and living God. But it always amazes me the things He can do for you. Yeah, you can be like me, and I used to say, well, I prayed and prayed and prayed, and what did He gave me? He's never gave me anything I prayed for. But He's not going to give you nothing if you're not going to do for yourself. Do you understand what I'm saying? He's not going to do for you if you're not going to do for yourself. If He just gave us all of our prayers and never wanted us to do for ourselves, then we'd all be just laying around, hey, God, give me a car, What would be the use of that, right? Okay, so once we gave our hearts and lives truly to Him, now again, we were saved in 2015. Life hit us hard. It hit us hard, and the devil will do that. Once he knows you're giving your life to God, he will do what he can to hit you, bring you back down, and take you back. And, since we have done, since we have truly dedicated to the church and to the Lord, He has been trying to get us hard. But you know what? We have our church family and we have our faith and we have God, and we're not going to let Him get by with it this time. Because, you can do anything with the Lord on your side. You can do anything. And if you feel the devil, coming at you, and you feel him trying to bring you down, you just say, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus Christ. You are not welcome here. Leave. Because you have the Lord on your side. And with the Lord on your side, you can do anything. And, there's a verse that says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Remember those 10 words. 10 words. And, you can just do anything. And it's incredible. But as I was saying, I keep skipping around, and I'm sorry about that, but as I was saying, it amazes me the things the Lord does for us. And it amazes me these miracles. I had mentioned that we had lost our faith. Well, after we got back in with the church, we finally found an amazing church who's not giving up on us, helps us anytime we need help, is there for us. If we don't show up for church, then they're finding out why, because they're worried that we're not there. And we had never got that when I was out because of him, and we hadn't been going that long when I was having him. They were still trying every way they can to find us and to find out why we had not been to church. And that just touched us so much. But we were dedicated, we had been saved, but, we got down, we lost our faith. As I said, life hit us hard. The devil attacked us pretty bad, and we let him. We let him. And, but we have rededicated and we fully committed to the Lord. And I'm telling you, I was so worried we weren't going to have a place for this baby, and my husband wasn't going to have a job, because we went on vacation and moved here with what we had on vacation, because where we lived was terrible. There was nothing but drugs everywhere in this small town that we lived in. And, the people around there would never want to bring a baby home, and those people around there, and the home we lived in was not adequate. So we moved down here. We were living with my aunt, and the Lord provided. He gave us a home for this baby. We were so worried. And a month and a half before I had him, the Lord provided us a home for this baby. And the Lord provided him stuff that he needed for when he was born. The Lord provided a job for my husband. The Lord provides us with all of these things. And what we don't take time to stop and realize is the things that he truly gives us every day. You don't think he's ever gave you anything, but you're walking, you're talking, you can see. Those are small miracles that the Lord gives you every day. You have your children, you have a roof over your head, you have food in your stomach, you can pay your bills. Thank the Lord, because that's because of him that you can do that. And you may want, I want a bigger car, I want a bigger house, I want this and I want that. But what are you going to take with you when you leave this world? Because none of this really belongs to us. It all belongs to our Lord. Talking about that in church, that some people are just so materialistic. But you know what? We're not taking this when we leave this earth. All that's going is our soul. And, I used to be so terrified. Oh my gosh, what's going to happen when I die? I'm so afraid to die. And I was terrified to hear anybody speak about the end of the world. Please don't speak about the end of the world. It just terrified me. But, now I'm not scared anymore. I'm not. I don't want to die. Don't get me wrong. I want to grow old with my husband, sit on the porch of our farmhouse, drinking iced tea in our white rocking chairs with our children, watching our grandbabies swing on the tire swing out in the yard. But I know when I go, where I'm going, and that's with our Lord. I will be with our Lord, and I will be rejoicing. I will be rejoicing. for I will not have any more pain or sadness or depression or anxiety. And yes, I have depression. I have anxiety. I'm bipolar. I have all of these, but I have him. And he's the only medication I need. He's the only medication I need. Now, don't get me wrong, I do have to take my medication to keep my mind straight. But medication isn't going to do it all. Do you understand what I'm saying? Just medication alone would not help me. No way. And just going to meetings alone or trying to quit alone, there ain't no way. The only way I ever was able to quit was having him on my side and beside me every time I thought about using or every time I fell and relapsed. He was always there. He was the one person who was always there and never gave up on me. I haven't spoken to a lot of my family, and I've hurt a lot of people, and a lot of people have hurt me. But you've got to learn to forgive, my friends. You have got to learn to forgive, and not for the person who hurt you, but for yourself. Forgive for yourself. And, you can forgive, but you don't have to forget. But the Lord wants us to forget. And there are a lot of things that was really hard. Take my ex-husband, for instance. It's because of him that I don't have my son with me here right now. And I'm not going to get into that right now, but I will tell you guys a little bit more about that later. I do have another son who is adopted. He lives with a wonderful family in Virginia. He has a wonderful life, but there will always be, until he's back with me, there will always be a hole in my heart. Because my children are a part of me, and I'd be nothing without them. They're the reason I'm still here today, to be honest. Because going through my addiction and with my bipolar, there were times when I just thought the world and my kids were better off without me. And then I would think, how would I feel? I could just imagine them saying, why wasn't I good enough for my mom to be here? I couldn't do that. I couldn't leave my babies. And, the Lord has a purpose for us all. He does. He has a purpose for us all. And had I not been here, this little guy wouldn't be here today. Look at the face. Oh, my gosh. Okay, so say hi. Say hi, everybody. Say hi. So I'm sorry. I am so sorry for getting so crazy there for a minute. But I just get really passionate when it comes to my Lord. He's amazing, and I love him so much. I could just scream it from the rooftops how much I love him, and my church family, and my husband, and my babies. But this is Kason, and he is 5 months old today. Happy 5-month birthday! Yeah! So, we took him for his checkup last month, and they said that he was actually, like, his muscle movements and his posture and his motor skills are actually measuring at a 6-month level. So this guy's doing awesome. See, I'm a little chunky and a little short, but I'll catch up. He's all right, yeah. And he's so happy. This baby is so happy and loving. He loves to be loved on. Because those cheeks, you just can't help it. Just, and he loves, he's teething. Oh my goodness. And guys, I have this right here. This teething bracelet right here. Okay, so I took it off of him. And he started drooling a lot. You know, sit up here so they can see you. He started drooling a lot and just having a lot of inflammation in his gums. And what? What? And so we tried everything, a wet, cold rag, teething rings. And I don't like to use the numbing medicine for his gums because that can actually toughen their gums up. And it makes it harder for their teeth to come through. So it's more, it takes longer and more painful for them. So it might, numb it for that little bit, but in the long run, it's not for me and it's not for him. So that's just something we don't do. But we did do a little Tylenol because he was running a little fever, right? And it was hurting, so we done a little Tylenol. But again, I don't like to give him medicine. if I don't have to. If I can avoid it, I don't like to do it because, taking medicine, it always, it affects your body in negative ways as well as the good. So if we can, avoid it, we don't like to do it. But I put his teething bracelet. Let me take this off and show you. Okay. And I want to show you his wrist also, because you might say, oh, it'll leave marks on him, it's tied on, there's nothing on his wrist. It doesn't, he doesn't even know it's there, honey. Okay, so this is what it looks like. All right, let me figure this out here. Okay, it's amber is what it is. Okay, and the amber actually helps with the inflammation in his gums. So, sorry, I was checking my phone. But it actually helps with the inflammation in his gums. And since I put it back on him, he has not drooled as much, even though he's drooling right now, but he's not drooled as much. And the pain has not been nearly as bad. So, honey, I do swear by him. At first, I was like, no, this really isn't working. But it's cute, so I'll put it on him. But when I took it off and that happened, I was like, whoa, this really... So I think we're going to try more natural remedies from now on and see if they work before trying any medication or anything like that. What do you see? What is it? So we just wanted to say hi to you guys and introduce ourselves. So as you know, this is baby Kason, and I'm Danielle, or Mama Danny is my screen name, but you can call me Danielle. You don't have to call me Mama Danny. I was just trying to think of something unique and cute, whatever. But everybody calls me Danielle. I would love for you guys to subscribe to our. We will be on more. I will actually be on by myself a lot of the times, talking about my struggle with addiction, how I got sober or stayed sober. I'm actually starting my own NA group. Sorry, my nose is itching. But we will talk a lot about that. If there's any addicts out there, and that was a big reason I started this, was because going through my addiction, I did look on YouTube for stories that people had, and I didn't find a lot, to be honest. There's not a lot of people on here with addictions, or there is, and they just don't want to expose that part of themselves. Now, I did find a woman that was a comedian that was an addict. Well, she was in recovery, obviously, but she was great, and it was great to see someone who was a recovering addict doing so well. But if anybody out there has any questions, comments, feel free to leave them. All the questions, I will try and answer each and every one of you. If there is anyone who needs a sponsor or needs to talk more, or especially if there's anyone thinking about suicide or anything like that, just know that you're not alone. I've been there. There's lots of people that's been there. We've all been there. And if you need me, I'm here. I will talk to you 24/7. We will figure it out, and we will get you help, and we will try our best to solve whatever it is. Because, we all, even though you feel like you don't have anybody, you always have our Lord. And also, life is great. You just got to figure out what you want to live for. And you also got to learn that, you're not alone, and there are people out there that are going through the same problems that you are, and together we can beat this. And if this channel helps just one person, then me doing these sessions with you guys is so worth it. Even if it doesn't, getting the word out there. And, because I used to be so embarrassed to admit that I was an addict and about my past. I did not want anybody to know. In my teeth, because I had tried the methadone treatment, which doesn't work. Please stay away from it. In my opinion, now this is just my opinion, don't ever try methadone. The methadone clinic thing that they have, because it's ridiculous. And we'll get into more of that later also, about why I have that opinion. But I was brain fart. But, I would like to get, you know, there's a lot of people out there that want more information. Even people who aren't addicts but have addicts in their life, because addiction, I believe, touches probably 90% of the world. I'm not even playing. In some way or another, whether they're related to somebody, know somebody, have a friend of somebody, somebody knows somebody that's an addict. And an addict, doesn't just hurt themselves, but they hurt a lot of people around them. So, just getting the word out there about addiction, why people use, why addiction starts, may educate people, because my family used to say, just quit. Just quit. That's all you have to do is just quit. Well, how hard is it? Just quit. I'm telling you. If you have an addict in your life and you're saying to them, just quit, how hard is it? It's just a pill. Don't do it. Just don't do it no more. Well, I'm telling you right now, it's not that easy. And another thing, you can sit and you can gripe at an addict. You can preach to an addict all day long, beg, cry, whatever. It doesn't matter to an addict all day long. But until they hit rock bottom or until they are ready, they're not going to get help. So if you're continuously helping an addict and helping an addict and helping an addict, you're only contributing to the cause. You are only, say you're a mom or a dad or, have a loved one or even a spouse. Please, I don't want to feel bad. Just give me $20, Well, here's your 20. It's the last 20. I'm not going to give you any more. But, how many times have you said that? And you're only contributing to their cause, because as long as you're there to give and give and give and give, they're going to take and take and take and take. You've got to let them hit rock bottom. You've got to stop helping them. And this is coming from an addict. I've been there. I've done people like that. Please help me. I'm sick. I need something. Please, this is the last time. I promise I'll quit after this. Bull. Bull is all I can say about that. No. It's bull. And they know it. They're just manipulating you any way they can to get what they need in their system. Okay? They're going to do anything they can to get what they want from you. And, they will lie, they will cheat, they will steal, they will do whatever they have to do to get what they want. You've got to let them go. And I know it's hard. I know it's so hard to see somebody you love go through pain and to hurt. And and you just giving them $20 would help them so much, feel so much better. But in the end, what if that's the last 20 you're able to give them because they go use and it's the last time they ever use? What if that last hit kills them? So, in order to help an addict, you've got to step away. And I don't mean disown them. I don't mean never have anything to do with them again. Be there emotionally. Emotionally. Don't be there financially for an addict. You cannot be there financially for an addict. Because they'll use you and use you every chance they get. And it won't stop. You've got to allow them to hit their own rock bottom. You've got to allow them to struggle, to hurt. And, as long as, you might worry, well, if I don't give them this medicine, they're going to die. No, honey, they might hurt and they might feel like they're going to die, but they ain't going to die. No, some addicts, alcoholics, for instance, I think anybody who is going off of anything should be monitored by a doctor. But, most of, especially like pain pills or something, they're not going to die. And if they get to the point to where they seriously need help, then they're going to get to the hospital and they're going to get help. Addicts aren't stupid. Though some people might think they are, but they're not stupid. They know in their mind. And addiction is, I lost my only watcher, but I'm hoping you guys watch this later. I know it's a long video, but you know, I had a lot of things I wanted to cover and to let you guys know what my channel is going to mostly be about. We're also on the lighter side, right? We're sometimes going to read from the Bible, and we are sometimes going to show videos, and we are going to do fun stuff, and we're going to do pranks on Daddy, right? We're going to do some pranks on Daddy, right? Are you want it? And you'll get to, it'll be a couple of months, but you've probably seen videos of my daughter. You'll actually get to meet her in a couple of months. She lives in Virginia. She comes and stays with me on school breaks. Amazing girl, amazing. I can't wait for you guys to meet her. Her name's Sierra. But you'll get to meet her in a couple of months, and you'll maybe get to meet my husband. You'll probably see him on videos, but getting him to come on here live is like pulling teeth. He does not like the internet at all. But you know, I figured that this is a good way for me and my kids to spend time together, and so far it's been great. We dance together, we play together, we do little skits together, and we have so much fun, especially me and my daughter. You know, she's 11 years old, and she's at that stage where she wants to stay on her phone constantly. She has her friends, you know, she has her little boyfriend, and there's no time for Mom. So I had to find a way to connect with her on her level, and also something that was entertaining for me. So we do the videos, and we absolutely love them, and we have so much fun. We laugh together, we play together, and you know, it's just great. You know, we love it. So again, you know, we've just started YouTube. Please subscribe to us and add us on Instagram, Facebook, right? So please subscribe. Add us on Instagram, Facebook, and especially TikTok at Stevens Clan. We love you guys, and this is coming from Baby K and Mama Danny. We love you guys, and